Hello, friends. Sam Graham doing TCGs yet again. Doing a little bit of a different one today. I talked about how during the Flesh and Blood Road to National season, I got that qualification to go to Nationals. So I was like, sure, we'll plan on that. So that trip is being planned, but I've been trying to play more in the armories and such than I had been in a hot minute as well. Plus a whole lot more on Talishar since that RTN, well, including that RTN, and I kind of played on Talishar for about a week leading up to it. I've put almost 450 games in, including Talishar. And I'm sitting at a decent but not satisfying 61%. And that pretty much seems to be solid. I most commonly go 2-1 at Armory. I had one 1-2 and one 3-0, and the rest have been 2-1. So that's one of those looking at, okay, that more or less like 62% technically I think is the line. That's the 5 out of 8 games won for making day 2 of Nationals. So it's like, okay, technically that's like right there. That's where you want to be. But then you got to figure that not all of those games are going to be CC with my deck. Some of them are going to be draft with a newer set. So there'll be questions of familiarity with those cards, the heroes, the draft pool, all that stuff. So that's one thing that still, I'm like, okay, let's bring that 61% up a little bit more, right? Let's get to where we are a little bit more comfortable in the CC so we don't have to completely rely on the luck of the draft either. Especially since I have much, much less experience drafting. So hopefully we'll get to make some pre-releases and stuff like that to get that comfort built up a little bit. So yeah, that's what I've been working on card-wise for the last little bit. And, you've seen some Flesh and Blood from the Hunted, but that's been kind of a minute. You've seen some... the universes, the Critical Role stuff for that, the Heroes of Exandria set. I've done some opening, but most of my stuff has been much more actually trying to play the game again, which I had that dead period where I played Talishar for a minute and then I just kind of didn't play at all for months. But I'm really enjoying Flesh and Blood in the Flesh and Blood and on Talishar, but especially getting to play with some of the same folks that I used to play with and meeting some new people as well. And still thinking towards, I've figured out that several of the people that I've been playing with like half an hour from home live in my town. Excuse me. So there's a shot of us being able to like get a new shop in town kind of rolling too. Like a shop that exists, not opening one, but getting them, they've already like bought some product, but starting to like really get attention, see if they can get, gem packs and stuff like that, and actually run events. So that would be great. More options for that, more games jammed to try and be prepared for Nationals for whatever I'm gonna face. We've had in the couple months I've been playing at a different shop, Tabletops, Antioch, Tennessee. One guy just observed tonight but said he was going to try and come out and play next week. One new guy started playing last week and played again this week. And then a couple of the folks that I had played with at Border Than Games that had been out of the game for since about the same time I had been. Have one of them came back a couple weeks ago, and one came back tonight for the first time. So both of them are kind of inching back into the game as well. So it's kind of excited seeing both some of the old guard coming back, but some new folks pouring back in, reinvigorating their joy of the game, or discovering it for the first time. Had 12 tonight, which was pretty good. Most of the weeks we've been between 4 and 8, and we had 12. That was awesome with the two, and that's not even counting one of the new folks. We got a few people who had gone to Pro Tour London. I don't think played in the Pro Tour part, but like played in the calling and just made the trip out there. So they were back, and it was just it was a great night. Just having that many people slinging cards. It was a really fun time. Thinking specifically about my Dorinthia deck build, I had taken out a couple of cards that I kind of want to put back in. I just don't know what to take out. Like I'm kind of at that point where the deck is overall working really well, doing what I want it to do. So any tweaks come at a little bit of I just need to test it. I've got a month and a half, whatever, to still do that. But like any tweaks come at the potential sacrifice of kind of the machine that I've put together. So I don't know. I don't know yet. Right now, amazingly, so as of the recording of this, announcement just, came out that over the weekend with ProQuest season, both Enigma and Zen have Living Legended in Classic Constructed, which was great news to me. I haven't played a lot into Zen, honestly, but Enigma has been one of the... I talked about at the RTN that I went to. I did really well until I just ran into the Enigma buzzsaw. Like, I just felt like I didn't have a chance at all with that one. And sure enough. So that's been kind of what I've said. The hero that I fear most has been replaced, however. There is a new hero that I fear most. And this is a weird one. I'm sure there's a way for me to handle Verdance. I just don't know what it is. I just I have not come to grips with how to race her enough that she can't get that massive burst turn and just finish me. We shall see. That one, I need to keep practicing into her. That's a dangerous spot. I am extremely comfortable, I would say. My most comfortable matchup that I can lose some games. Don't get me wrong. A good player and or good luck any given time will put me down. But my general, I'm most consistent with the most, with the most data backing this up. Vincent, I am pretty strong into, probably about an 80% win rate. I've kind of got her largely figured out, again, any given Sunday, but we're getting there. Fang can be tricky. Florian, I think, might also be one that I can say. Those two dang Earth heroes, right? Are the ones that I have the most trouble with at this point. With Enigma out, with Zen out. Aurora, close to 50-50 with. Slippy, I have some issues with. Marionette, I'm about 50-50 with. Who else? Jarl Vitradi, I've got a pretty good grasp of. I mean, if they mess up my equipment early on, again, any deck with the right player behind it can definitely take me down any given time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's all about the deck. It most assuredly is not. But like Levia, KO, I feel okay into the Brutes as a general rule. The Guardians as a general rule. Riptide messes me up, but I don't feel like that's going to be a super common meta piece that I run into. Prism, I'm under 50%, but I think I've finally started to get an idea of how to play her, so I feel like that will come up and I'll be able to do a little bit better. New can be a problem. It just kind of depends. But yeah, no, it's been a fun little over 2 months since starting to prepare for that RTN, and then from there continuing to learn and prepare for the next step of that. Lots of games, lots of data, with more time to do that, and get a hold of some things and hopefully figure out that stupid Earth Wizard and that stupid Earth Runeblade. Really, they're both pretty cool. I've said before that if Dorinthia happened to Living Legend, I mean, Fang might be my first stop just because familiarity with a warrior. But Verdance, however y'all want to say it, Verdance makes the most sense to me. But would be another that I had to consider for a quick stop there. I kind of like the vibe of that. So it's not really stupid, I know. But in any case, yeah, I just wanted to give a quick update about how the last couple months have been a lot of fun. Playing Flesh and Blood and the Flesh and Blood, and online, but both, and kind of gearing up, getting ready to go on our adventure to Vegas, and fun family trip and all that jazz, and it'll be a good time regardless, but just try and make some sort of decent showing for myself, you know what I mean? In any case, thank you so much for spending some of your day with me. I hope you enjoy this minor little update into what's going on for me with Flesh and Blood, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.